This was an exceptionally disturbing case. He'll spend the rest of his life in jail.
A St. Johns County jury renders a guilty verdict Friday. Liz Ryan speaks to 7th Circuit State Attorney R.J. Larissa.
Anthony Wilson was found guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder. Kyle Stein, age 21, and Sidney Roundsville, only 16, were shot back in 2020 while they were inside a truck at the Florida Club condominiums. He told me why he found this case so disturbing.
First, it was a double homicide. Second, it happened in a residential area that was typically not prone to that type of activity at all. And third, it was such a senseless, vicious, brutal crime based on drugs and money.
Larissa sees a pattern.
That's a theme that we see repeating itself over and over again. We had the same issue in the murder trial in Volusia County that got a verdict: drugs and money, and young folks. The victims were very young. It was a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and the defendant was young, and he resorted to violence and death, basically, by carrying a firearm and basically executing those folks. So his life is over now, too.
Anthony Wilson, a former St. Augustine High School football standout, was 19 at the time of the crimes. Because of this marijuana deal turned deadly, he'll serve 2 life sentences behind bars. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
We're continuing to work closely with local governments as well as the federal government in ensuring that we stop this in its tracks.
A 7th case of malaria has been reported in Sarasota County. Jay Williams is the press secretary for the Florida Department of Health.
We're monitoring statewide to ensure that we don't have any more of this spreading. Obviously, it's important that we all recognize and understand that malaria is not transmissible, meaning it's not contagious from person to person. It really is a bloodborne parasite, and frankly, it kind of has to be transferred from an infected mosquito directly to a human being. That's really the only way that it's going to be transferred.
Williams is calling on residents to be proactive.
We want residents to drain any standing water that's on their premises at least 3 or 4 times a week. But then additionally, we also want them to cover. That's obviously wearing proper insect repellent and proper clothing.
The Florida Department of Health issued a mosquito-borne illnesses advisory for the entire state last month. With St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Amy Sherry.
There's a new resource for weather in St. Johns County.
St. Johns County is partnered with WeatherStem, giving you a hyper-local understanding of your area weather. Kelly Wilson is the Deputy Director of St. Johns County Emergency Management.
What is the weather very specifically, like the one we look at very regularly here is at the St. Johns County EOC. There's one here at the EOC. We have one up in South Ponte Vedra at Fire Station 9. There's one out in Hastings at the fire station there. There's one actually out at the city docks.
Visit stjohns.weatherstem.com and find the closest station to your business or home. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.